Hello. So in this video, I want to just give you an introduction to the course Managerial Economics for this summer, session 1, summer 2018. Um, I'm going to be here the entire time that this course is here. So you should be able to contact me and I should respond right away. There aren't many students in this class. I'm on email all the time, so that's the primary way for you to contact me. tshidai@hawaii.edu. This is an online class, obviously. It is accelerated because it is in only 6 weeks, but it is also writing intensive. So there's probably a mixture of reasons of why you're taking this course. It could be that you need an upper level econ class. It could be that you find the name of this course interesting, or you need the WI course. So I'm keeping that in mind. Maybe about a third of you might be actual econ majors, and the others of you are not. Primarily, the rest of you are probably business majors. What this course essentially is you've all had microeconomics at this point. Think of this course as basically microeconomics with an entire management business angle to it, and how do managers make decisions using economic theory. So as you're doing this course, if you have questions, just send me an email. And here's what we have from the catalog, if we look at the description of this course. But I kind of rewrote it here, and I really do think that it really is how decisions are made in firms using economic concepts, and it's primarily a microeconomic matter. Now, these are the things that we need to look at in this course: how decisions are made in firms, how competition occurs, and how decisions are made. In your microeconomics course, for instance, Econ 130, you've done all these things already. So you're going to find, especially if you've taken Econ 130 more recently, you're going to find many of these things in this course are a review of that course. Not treating you as dumb, that I still go deliberately slow. I'm just presuming that people forget things, or that you could hear it again and still learn things. We have our assignments. And because this is so these are multiple choice assignments, there are response papers, primarily because this is a WI course. We have a certain number of pages that you need to write. And we also have research assignments that help us, a research assignment that helps us meet the page requirements. So, sorry, let me pause this here. Okay, so for each of the chapters, we will have a multiple choice assignment that will be in LaLima. There are a total of 4 response papers, of which they should be about 3 pages in length, but I'll talk about those in a little bit here. And then the big thing is this research assignment and final paper. I am deciding in this course that I will give you the research topic rather than you making one up on your own. If you really want to make one up on your own, though, you should do that. Talk to me. I can give you some ideas. Otherwise, I'm just going to assign topics because I think that you probably want that rather than something else. So I will use LaLima for everything in this course. Here is our textbook. This is a very short course, so I'm not sure why I'm saying this in a hushed tone, but I have made it where you should be able to do the material in this course without buying the textbook. And you will see that as you go into LaLima, why you will not need to buy the textbook. I'm not saying directly what's being done, so if you have any uncertainty about what I'm saying here, send me an email. Don't cheat. That is our academic integrity. If you need an accommodation, such as longer time on the exam, just let me know. Try not to be late on things. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing for this short course. Being late on things would be really, really bad. Plan ahead. If you don't feel like you can make a deadline, let me know. I won't be doing individual extra credit, but there will be class-wide extra credit. Here's the things to keep in mind in terms of days. In terms of deadlines, if you're actually thinking of dropping this course. But this course will be basically done by June 30th. Here's our grading scale. And then basically what I do then for the rest of the syllabus is I explain the writing assignments, which turn out to be very important in this class. I do repeat these instructions for the response papers on each of the response papers on La Lima. And then we have our description of the research paper itself with a rubric of how I'll do things here. Now, what I did do here, since making the syllabus in the beginning, I did take out 2 chapters, so we're actually not going to cover 9 chapters as I described originally, but we'll actually only cover 7 chapters. So we'll start off with 2 chapters here, number of assignments, then 3 chapters, then 2 chapters. And you see here that I try to do 2 chapters when there's bigger things due, and here we can do 3 chapters because we only have a bit smaller things here. I can already see 2 errors here. This should be research assignments should be 2 because now there are only 2 assignments. Sorry. And that should be hit 2 as well. Yeah, look at that. You get to see formatting and changes made as we're speaking here. Okay, so let's look at the La Lima course now. Let's look at this as you would see it. Okay, so for La Lima, you will see the syllabus here. That you can download, do whatever you want with it. The biggest thing here will be topics. And under the topics, you will basically see that what I've done here is I have each topic represents a chapter of the book. And so for each chapter, let's just take this one as an example here. You will see the textbook chapter, which I've basically turned it into a PDF because I was given the electronic copy. So yeah, you know what? It looks like I basically printed it using my computer, but it just saved you a bunch of money, so stop complaining. And then I have the actual lecture slides. These are the slides that, the publishers give faculty member lecture slides. If you've taken a course with me in person, I don't usually use these things. I usually write things on the board. But I want you to kind of see, I want to have something written here that you can look at that gives you a summary of the textbook chapter, which is what a lecture in some part does, by one part. So these raw lecture slides would be a good summary of the chapter, kind of like a Cliff Notes version of the chapter. But then the other part of this, which is important, would be the lectures. And on the lectures part here, basically what I've then done is I've made a video of the lectures. Now, for some of you who've had me just this past semester or the past 2 semesters, I've changed my videos around where I do more a paper where you see me writing on just the paper. Well, in these, you actually see me actually writing on the slides because I want to be able to keep the slide there, but then add my own thoughts to it and other things. So these videos are just videos I've made. They are a little bit long, but they do cover all the material. You don't have to watch them all in one sitting, and you should be able to watch everything here. Going back to this, then for each chapter you would have a homework that you're able to click on and do the homework. You are allowed 2 times to do the homework. It will take your highest score of the 2 attempts. It will release the feedback of the assignment, basically what your score is. It will do that only after the deadline for that section, for that unit. So for instance, our first deadline here is on the 4th. That would mean that everything is going to be released on the 5th. Now, for each assignment, I generally give you a 1-day extension after the deadline. So the deadline is actually firm, but if if something happens and you have to turn it in up to a day late, I'll take off some points, not many, but I will take off some points, but you can basically have a 1-day reprieve or extension if you're willing to accept some slight number of points off. Then there will be one exam in this course at the end, which I will make as another topic here. And so you have each of these 7 chapters, and then you have this tab right here, which is called Writing and Research Assignments. And under Writing and Research Assignments, you then see the 2 parts here. You have the response papers, of which there are 4, and then you have the research paper. So let's start with research papers first. I'm sorry, with 3, not 4. And you see here that for each of the 3 parts of this course, you have one response paper. You click on it, and it gives you the instructions. I basically give you an article to read, and then I give you the instructions here, and it should be pretty straightforward what I'm asking you to do here. Then we have the research paper. Again, I will give you the research topic. I then made a video to explain a little bit about what this research paper is about, but you'll then see linked to this, I'll basically create assignments for each of these research assignments, and I'll be posting that shortly after this video. Okay, so that's this course. If you have any questions about how to navigate things or where things are, let me know. And the only other thing would be the introductions. We're doing the introductions actively here under class discussions. So add your introduction if you haven't done so already. Okay. Email me, call me if you have any questions.